Action. What's up, family? You already know what it is. Chainbreaker Squad in this thing. Got Latin royalty in this thing. We finna talk about this Easter today, man. You know, we also gonna talk about Passover and Good Friday as well. So, you know what I'm saying? Everybody just hold on tight and let's take flight. All right now, uh I just want to start off by saying I want to say the book of John, right? Now the book of John was was actually is a forgery. That's what I'm gonna say. The book of John is a forgery. Okay? And the reason I'm saying it's a forgery is because first of all, the whole story about Jesus, dying and being resurrected is not even accurate according to the Bible. You know what I mean? And as I go on, I'm gonna show you how. You know what I mean? So, like I said, the gospel according to John is a forgery. It was written centuries after the Bible was even composed and added to the Bible to make you further believe what the Bible says and that Christ even was real or existed. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go to John 20, verse 30 and 31. Okay, it say this book was written that he might believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God. He who okay, hold on, let me stop right there. I gotta stop right there. Say, let me reiterate, man. 20, John chapter 20, verse 30. This book was written that he might believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to say now, because I got to step off real quick and say, he who controls the print page controls the thinking of the age. You feel me? So, in other words, the European historiography is what controls the thinking of the masses. They wrote it and told it to you that it came from God and you believed it. And they control you like a dog on the leash. You feel me? So, like I said, this book, John, is a forgery. It was written century years after the Bible was composed. Okay, it's only written to make you believe in Jesus. And if you go to
Uh,
John, you know, chapter
that's
20.
31. That's verse 31.
Yeah, I got that on here. I got that on here. Okay. I probably just wrote it down wrong, but I got it right here though still. Because I got 30 and 31. I just saying 30. All right. Anyway, it's John. Okay. Now we're gonna go back. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go back to John uh chapter 20 again. But this time we're gonna go to verse one, okay? So now what I'm saying now, I wrote this down, but I did not write it word for word exactly what it says. But I wrote down what was going on. So if you read it as I say this, you still will be able to follow me, okay? Okay, so this is John chapter 20, verse 1. It say, first day of the week, Mary Magdalene came to the tomb early. It was still dark when she saw the stone was moved. She ran. Like I say, I didn't write it down word for word, but if you read it, you can follow me. She ran to go tell the disciples that somebody stole Jesus' body. Okay, so Peter and another brother ran with Mary back to the tomb, and the other brother that was with Peter ran. He outran Peter basically, so he got there. You know what I'm saying? Before Peter and them even got there. You know what I'm saying? He saw the clothes was still there, but the body, but there was no body. I mean, so they came inside and the body was stolen, and then basically they just went home. Mary stayed there and cried, weeping and stuff. And angels came to her, One was at the head of where Jesus was laying, and one was at the feet of Jesus' body was laying. And asked her why she was crying, and she said because somebody took the body, and she turned back and saw Jesus standing. Hold on, and I just want to say this now about Mary Magdalene. If anybody know anything about Mary Magdalene, they know that she is Jesus' gal, but I ain't gonna go into that. But anyways, okay. So she turned back and saw Jesus standing there and knew not who he was. Okay. But this her dude, you feel me? But she ain't know who he was. So this is some a part that's not making sense right here. But let me just keep going. She seen him and didn't know who he was. And he asked her why she was sad basically. And who she looking for, you know what I'm saying? And she thought he was the gardener, you know what I'm saying? And she thought she thought he was the gardener, you know what I mean? And she had said her name there, you know, and then she said master or something like that. And it was like a moment or whatever when I think she wanted to touch him or something like that. He said, "Don't touch me because I haven't ascended to the Father yet." You know what I'm saying? Go tell the brother. I mean, you know, the disciples and them that I'm finna ascend to the Father, our Father, your Father in heaven, with God basically. So he said, you can't touch me right now because I got too much glory on me. You know what I mean? And I'm finna go be with the Father. So maybe this glory that's on me a key. I don't know, something like that. Okay. So that was just one incident of how you know when Jesus died, they came to his tomb and the whole situation with that. Now I'm finna go to uh Matthew, the book of Matthew 28:1. This is Matthew. I'm gonna give everybody a little minute, man. Man, the whole point I'm making is, the whole Jesus um story is inaccurate, what I'm saying, according to the Bible. And this whole story is based on, you know, uh this so-called Easter holiday. So this is why I'm going through this story. So now in the Matthew 28:1 now, this is a different account of the story that I'm about to read in the whole other book. As we see, we went from John to Matthew. So on this one, it say, in the end of the Sabbath, as it began to dawn, came Mary Magdalene and the other Mary. Okay. Now I say the other Mary. People want to know who the other Mary was, right? Now it's a movie called The Last Temptation of Christ. And it basically tell that Jesus didn't die on the cross. He came down and he ended up marrying Mary and Martha. You know what I'm saying? So this other Mary is not Mary Magdalene. You feel me? So Mary and Martha, he ended up in this movie is what I'm saying. And it was banned by the public because um not the public but like the religious society basically because that story, people couldn't handle it basically. People couldn't take the fact that Jesus had, three wives basically. So it was a boycott, and they basically banned the movie. Okay. But anyways, so like I was saying, it says in the end of the Sabbath, as it began to dawn, came Mary Magdalene and the other Mary. All right. And then okay, we're gonna skip down. It say there was an earthquake, and the angel of the Lord came from heaven and rolled the stone away. It is like I said, if you're reading, you'll be able to follow me because I'm not going word by word. Okay, so the angel of the Lord moved the stone away and said on top of the stone. Okay, Okay, so what it says, I think the caretakers, like the caretakers of the tomb or whatever, came to the side of the angel of God and became a dead man. I don't know. I probably wrote that kind of messed up. Anyways, uh, the angel said to Mary, you looking for Jesus that was crucified. He not here. He has risen. Come see where he was laid, and go tell the brethren that he shall meet them in Galilee. Now, in the first in Galilee. Okay. Now, in the first story, it said that Jesus. The first story I read in John, right? It said that Jesus was the one that talked to Mary. But right here, it say that the angel of God was talking to Mary. You feel me? And was the one that moved the stone. So how did Jesus get out the stone of the tomb of the stone was never moved according to this story? You feel me? The angel moved it. But what to say? Uh, so yeah, they basically left the tomb with great fear and great joy, and they told the disciples what they seen when they arrived. Hmm, okay, so yeah, so we just seen right there that that was a contradiction right there between them two different books. Uh, basically telling the same story, but right there we see the story was different. Okay, so now we're gonna go to Mark. We're going to another book now. This book we're gonna go to Mark 16. Mark chapter 16, verse 1. All right. And once again I have to reiterate that I didn't write this down word for word, but if you're reading, you'll be able to follow me. All right, so when the Sabbath passed, Mary Magdalene and Mary came with spices and anointment oils, so his body won't be all smelling bad and stuff like that. His body started to smell it. And it was the next day when they finally got there, which is Monday. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so and on the way there, they was thinking, man, who gonna roll this stone away? When they got there, they saw like a young dude, you know what I'm saying, dressed in a long white garment or whatever. They saw the young man in the white garment, and he said, "Be not afraid. Uh, you looking for Jesus of Nazareth, which was crucified. He has risen, and he ain't here. Behold the place where they lay him. And then now go your way and tell the disciples that Jesus has gone to Galilee, and there you should see him." So you know what I'm saying, it's the same thing. So the young dude or the young man dressed in a white garment is telling them that, you know, Jesus not here. He left here on the way to Galilee. This where he was laying though. Go back and tell the disciples that Jesus went to Galilee, and that's where you'll see him, as he told them. So they went out quickly and fled from the tomb, and they trembled and was amazed. Neither said they anything to any man because they was afraid. Now here it say they told nobody. But earlier it said they went to the disciples. You feel me? So now once again, this is another contradiction right here. Also, another one is the fact that it was a young man that came. You know what I mean? And why would and you know if one I know that a lot of people might say, because of God he can do anything, but God and Jesus ain't the same person according to scripture either. You know what I mean? But I don't want to get into that. So, so now I'm gonna flip the script a little bit, but before I flip the script, you know, um, Just want to get let somebody else get into this. So, if anybody else would like to say something, you can unmute yourself and say something, or maybe even ask a question about something I said, or you know,
Uh, For the most part, I'm following. You know what I'm saying? As you read, you know what I'm saying? While you talk, so
right?
I'm going along with you, and I'm just putting some shit together. So when you get into it, I know what exactly what you're talking about and the questions they ask type shit.
Okay. What about you, J Dub? Anything, brother? You got any questions or anything you want to speak on right now, or shall I continue?
Nah, gonna continue, man. I'm just listening.
All right, Royalty, man. I just want to ask you one thing, man, before I keep going. With all the scriptures that I pulled up and paraphrase, did I do that good enough to be understood? Or was I accurate enough?
Yeah, I mean, if they go to what you're talking about as far as the pages or the scripture and the verse, you can follow along with it.
Okay. So I just wanted to make sure I did write this down at least good enough for people to understand. And also, I just want to say, you know, uh, being that I'm finna flip the script a little bit now, you know what I mean? The whole point of that was just showing how the story in the Bible about the whole Jesus even being resurrected, is not even accurate. And it's told, I think this was like 3 or 4 different times right here in different books, 3 different books. So uh, I just have to say on that is contradictory to itself, and it shows that this story or concept is not even valid. You know,
The concept itself is him being resurrected,
right? Is
but the stories of what took place changed, but him being resurrected hasn't.
right. So these stories aren't the same.
Yeah.
You know, and these are supposedly the people that are there. Uh, but anyways, like I said at the beginning, man, the book of John clearly says that it's written to make you believe that Christ is the Son of God. But anyway, so now I'm gonna flip the script because I'm actually done with that, version of my presentation, the biblical version. That's why I asked if anyone had questions before I go to the next. But so now I'm gonna have to go to the I don't want to say a cult meaning, you know what I'm saying, but I'm gonna just say being that Good Friday just passed, I just want to say, right, how is it? All right, so if Friday is the day that Jesus died on, right? How is that Good Friday? You feel me? The day a man is getting nailed to the cross, this man nails going through his hands, his feet, he crying, he got stabbed in the side, his mama watching, his gals watching. I mean, he's sitting here asking God why he's forsaking me because God ain't answering him. You know what I'm saying? But this is Good Friday. You know what I mean? So they celebrate even Good Friday, the day that Jesus died. You know what I'm saying? Besides the fact that they just worshiping the dead man. Okay, so anyways, so what's the point of this day? So yeah, let me go back. So yeah, what I said, how is it Good Friday if Jesus died on that day? What makes that Good Friday? So what's the point if this the day that he's died, what makes Good Friday? So now the astrological level, right? Good Friday is the first day of spring. Now we gonna see the name of good. We gonna see the name of Good Friday because it's the first day of spring. They say it's the death of Jesus. Okay, but it's the first day of spring on astrological level. You know what I'm saying? Because now we going into the like I said, the occult meaning and astrological level and stuff like that. So Good Friday is actually the first day of spring. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Passover is when the sun is passing over the equinox. Is either the equinox or the spring. It's only two equinox. I'm gonna get into it, but you have the so you have equinoxes and you have solstices, and you got the spring equinox and you got the fall equinox. That's when the night and day is equal to amount of time throughout the day. You know, how a certain amount of point of time of the year, how you have more sun than light. You know what I'm saying? Based on the Gregorian calendar time system. So that's what that's all about. So yeah, let me get back where I was. So yeah, that's when the night and day is equal. Okay, the summer now we on the solstices. Like I said, it's two equinoxes. It's the spring and you got the fall. So now we on the solstices. The solstice is two of them. Okay, the summer solstice it starts June 21st. Hold on, wait. That might hold on. Well, I'm gonna say, look, don't. I'm not even gonna. I want to say it's in June though, but the summer solstice starts in June. Uh, it's the longest day of the year. You feel me? So the first day of the summer solstice is the longest day of the year. You know what I mean? And that is basically when the sun is at its highest point in the astrological sky. You know what I'm saying? And it's the longest day of the year. And the winter solstice uh, is usually around December. It's the shortest day of the year, so that's the solar cross. You feel me? You got the you got the you got the you got the spring equinox and you got the fall equinox. You got the summer solstice and you got the winter solstice. Okay, that's the solar cross. So now let me switch it up a little bit. Easter is the day that Jesus is supposedly to rose. Now ask yourself, how come every year? Now think about this, man. Now how come if Easter, right, is the day that Jesus died? If Easter is the day that Jesus died, how come every year it's celebrated on a different day of the month? Now think about this. Now why is it celebrated every year on a different day of the month? The day he was born is always on the 25th, right? That's when they celebrate Christmas. You feel me? But Easter, the day the nigga died, is always on a different date.
I think you saying that wrong.
No,
You
no.
said
I
you
mean,
said he died on
like,
Good Friday.
yeah. I meant to say. Oh, hold on. Let
Risen.
me rewind that. Okay, I meant
You
to
talking about
say his
resurrection?
resurrection. Yes, that's what
Yeah.
I meant to say. His resurrection. You feel me? So how does that change every year though? You feel me? His resurrection. And I'm gonna show you right there. Just follow me out now, cause I got a list of this shit. So let me just go through my list, and then you know I'm gonna let y'all go in and do y'all thing. Or we gonna do our thing, and then we can close this thing. But look, okay, now like I said, his resurrection is on a different date every year, and this is for this Easter. Okay, in 1998, Easter was on April the 12th, right? April the 12th. In 1999, it was on April the 4th. In 2000, it was on April the 23rd. You see, do y'all see where I'm going with this? Because I got a
Yeah.
long ass list of about 20, all the way up to 2020 from 1998. I can go through them if y'all want to. You feel me? But the point is, you feel me? Every year the resurrection is on a different day. Like I said, hold on. So today Easter ended up on I mean April the 12th. I was gonna say 2012. Easter ended up on April the 12th. You feel me? But 2016 it was March the 22nd. You feel me? That's two separate months. You did 2013 March 31st. You feel me? 2009 April the 12th. You feel me? 2005 March 22nd. I can keep going with this because I wrote down a lot of it. But and so on and so forth. You feel me? So this is on April the 12th, and it obviously shows, man, that all these people, man, that want to celebrate this holiday that we call an Easter. You feel me? Besides the fact that the biblical story of the resurrection isn't accurate, doesn't match, you know, the date that it's celebrated on every year doesn't match. You know what I mean? And you know, this Easter thing really don't even have nothing to do with this man named Jesus, basically. You feel me? And I ain't, I could have went a whole lot of different ways with that, but I just wanted to go that way with it. You feel me? And I feel like that's, enough for now for y'all. And I don't mean y'all, I'm talking to the world, but you know, Debo Lottie, since you just hopped in, brother, you wanna ask any questions or maybe even have something to say? Okay, I'm gonna take that as a not, man. So yeah, man, like I said, uh, you know, every year Easter is on a different day of the month.
Give me a second. Go ahead though.
Oh, well, just whenever you're ready, let me know, cause I'm pretty much done with this, and I'm almost ready to wrap it up. You feel me? I mean, for as my presentation. So yeah, man. So like I said, you know, the reason, the reason I'm showing you that every year, the reason I'm showing you, first of all, I'm showing you that the biblical story of Jesus' resurrection uh does not match. Okay. Another thing is every year we celebrate well, people celebrate Easter on a different date. Another thing is the book of John is only written to make you believe that Jesus is the Son of God. Okay. Um, why would Good Friday have that name if that's the day that Jesus died? How is Sunday even the day that Jesus resurrected? If you pay attention to that story, when I said that uh, when the Sabbath was passed, Mary Magdalene. Okay, no, never mind. That mean it's Sunday. My bad. No. Anyways, the point that I'm making is, if Jesus died on Good Friday, right, and it's supposed to be 3 days and 3 nights, that means he Easter would be on that Monday. You feel me? But you have to remember that was back then. See, now what they do, see, and how they got people doing this is they using the day of the week instead of the dates. You see, now with Christmas they use the dates. You know what I mean? But with Easter, the resurrection, they use the day of the week. Good Friday and Easter Sunday. You dig me? But let me tell you something. Okay, let me see if I can say it. Let me see if I can say it right. The first after the first day of spring. Just pay attention. After the first day of spring, the first after the first day of spring, after the first full moon is Easter Sunday. Easter Sunday is
The
after the
first
first full moon after the first day of spring. You
after
feel
the
me?
first full moon after the spring equinox.
Right. The first full moon after the spring equinox. The next Sunday after that. First Sunday after that is Easter. Okay. But anyways, the point that I'm showing y'all, man, but this this Easter holiday is false, it's fake, and whatever people think they celebrating, you not. And don't think just because your intentions is um it's not to is to celebrate what you think it is, you not. Because that energy that you give it is going to whoever they celebrating on this day. Real talk. That's who it's going to. It's not going to who you think it's going because it's a different date every goddamn year. It's a different date every year. You feel me? And that's just some old astrology type stuff on the cool because they following the stars type stuff. Well, they going by the first, you know what I'm saying, after the first full moon of the spring equinox. So they going by astrology, if you know what I'm saying. But that's another thing about how it's, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't add up with the biblical text. It's a false holiday for us having anything to do with Jesus, you know what I'm saying, and everything about him being crucified and stuff like that, you know. So people out here celebrating Easter, but they out here doing having Easter eggs, thinking about rabbit, you know, and stuff like that. But I don't really want to go into it too deep and hurt too many feelings, you know. So
Anybody know how that rabbit and the egg shit came to be
exactly,
associated with?
exactly.
Yeah, I don't know how that's associated with that, but I guess, man, I never understood why it changed. I guess I don't know. They Yeah, it's got to be the astrology thing as far as the first after the first full moon type shit and all the um I guess
Hey,
leap years. And
well, let me go
yeah,
ahead and give you a little
go
bit on
ahead.
the egg. All right, the story goes. Well, I ain't gonna get too deep in. I'm just gonna give it to you, and then I'm gonna give you the stake, and you can look up the rest, details into it. You know what I mean? Excuse the train in the background. Y'all can see it, though, huh? All right.
Yeah, we hear you.
They got the they got the story of Nimrod. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know about this mythology. You know, you can call it mythology all you want. You know what I'm saying? But they got scriptures that talk about this here. You know what I mean? They give reference to this. You know what I'm saying? And so Easter, the name Easter. You know, it got many names, but it came from supposed to be come from Ishtar. You know what I'm saying? And supposedly Nimrod and Ishtar had a baby, which was Tammuz. You know what I'm saying? You can look this up in the scriptures too. You know what I'm saying? They talk about Tammuz. You know what I'm saying? In the Bible. You know what I mean? And the Tammuz is supposed to represent. I mean, when Ishtar came down, whatever her story or whatever, she's supposed to be representing the egg. You know what I'm saying? The goddess of fertility, sex. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, but when she had her baby, though, the baby was Tammuz. The baby was supposed to represent the the rabbit. You know what I mean? It's set up like that there. You know what I mean? So so it's like the whole thing is everybody know that rabbits don't lay eggs. First of all, You got to think about that. Rabbits do not lay eggs at all. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And so I gotta these holidays, pagan holidays that been adopted by the church. You know what I'm saying? They've been put on the calendar. And these are rituals that they go through and do every year. You know what I mean? And it's like this: when the baby was can't, it's like the blood of the blood of because when Tammuz died, the baby, you know what I'm saying? Like the blood, damn. I gotta look it up real quick, but that was the symbology around the dying the egg part. You know what I mean? Which that's why they say we still today carry on that ritual. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think about it, it's like what were the three wise men doing? I mean, like people in those days, how were they celebrating Jesus' death? You know what I'm saying? How were they showing? You know what I'm saying? Why would they represent it like that? Like you say, where the egg and the rabbit come from? You know what I'm saying? Why would they use that to even represent? Because they try to say that Easter is because of the rise, you know, how Jesus died, and he came back on the third day and all that. Yeah. But why would they use the egg and the rabbit? You know what I'm saying? And that's the story behind it. You know what I mean? But the like I say, the three wise men back then, people were doing like they say the Passover. That's how they was representing. You know what I'm saying? Worshiping it. You know what I'm saying? With the cooking of the, you know, the lamb in the oven thing. You know, and then the bread. You know what I'm saying? The bread represented. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was then. You know what I'm saying? The, the rise and how Jesus, rise on the third. You know what I'm saying? All that. That's how they did it. You know what I'm saying? See. But it's because it's in the Luciferian Bible too, you know what I'm saying, with the devil worshippers or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They talk about how they basically, man, these white folks, I took in a nutshell, in my words, nigga, these white folks run the shit and they twisted everything, bro. That's just what it is, you know what I'm saying? Way back in the gap, they done this, you know what I'm saying? It's just not today. It's just they got people doing it, you know what I mean? Still, just in another form, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? That's where all the egg and the rabbit come from, you know. So yeah, that's what I just want to say real quick. But
So they put two different stories together.
exactly, yeah.
Hmm, that's
Go look
crazy.
up that. Go look up Nimrod, Ishtar, Ishtar. You know what I'm saying? Tammuz, Tammuz. That was the baby. You know what I'm saying? Look at that whole story, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing as how they stole the story from Jesus by Horus and Hosea. Look at these ancient, look at these names I'm saying. People can look this up. Horus, Hosea, you know what I'm saying? That was the baby in the, you know, it's an unfinished, basically unfinished pyramid because they left the little girl out. It just, that's how they put the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost in it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a mama, it's a daddy, and it's a little child. But then it ain't the little girl ain't there either. Cause look, think about it. The mama got two breasts. What she got two for? You know what I'm saying? It's for the other child. You know what I'm saying? But they left that out though. You know what you know? That's how they come with the male matriarch system. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers cold. You know, but anyway, that's another. You know what I mean? But it's all playing to it. You know what I'm saying? Tying to the whole how they steal shit and flip it. You know what I'm saying? So we can keep donating our power to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Stay blind out here. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's the fertility. So all this whole holiday is really about fertility and sex. You know what I'm saying? It's about fucking. You know what I'm saying? And it's on some evil shit too. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even just get into that part yet. You know what I mean?
They ought to just say that.
Yeah,
It'd be a hell
hey,
of a lot better. Niggas
I
just
didn't
fuck
want to
all
get
day.
into it.
Yeah.
I was gonna do it too, but I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do it. I was, yeah,
Fuck that
Mm.
damn rabbit and shit, man. Just let me go fuck.
lose that
Word.
shit up.
Hold on, y'all. I might have to dip though. Appreciate y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I might have to dip though. But hold up.
All right.
Don't leave.
Hey, do you think, man? Yeah, man. So, he right, man. You know, it is about sex. It's also, like I said, this is the first day of spring, so they try to use the resurrection as but it's symbolizing actually new life though, because it's a spring now. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, if Sunday is the first day of the week, you know, but I'm not even gonna go into that anyways. Like I said,
That
the first
I'm
day.
lost on that though, man. So
What?
that means Jesus rested. God rested on the Saturday.
Right.
So why you go to church on Sunday?
Exactly. I don't know why they do that. That's a Christian thing. And let me say this
Hell,
about anybody, listen to me, man. Anybody, I don't care what you say, anybody that's a Christian, it's Baptist, Protestant, uh, uh, you know, any
mm-hmm.
type of Christian, right, is a Catholic. And the reason why is because Catholic is the head of the Christian church. Catholic is the religious, the Pope. That's the religious leader of the world. You feel me? On the when it come down to the Christianity, that is the top. You feel me? Everything comes from there. That's what these holidays is based on, off this Catholic stuff. So people don't even understand that they Catholic, not a Catholics. But you go to the Catholic church, they got the Black Madonna in there though. You feel me? They got the Black Madonna in their church. They don't have the Leonardo DiCaprio hanging on the wall. But I'm not even gonna do that. The point that I'm making is, you know, people need to know what they doing. Don't think looking at what you doing is you knowing what you're doing. You better know what you're doing came from. That's what I mean by know what you're doing. I know how to do what you're doing. Yeah, you know how to do what the Bible saying. You know what it say. Yeah. So, anyways, man, if anybody else got no more words to say, man, I'm going ahead and close this joint out. All right. Just want to say thank you to the squad, everybody coming out, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all know how we always do, man. We do it. Everybody out there, man, stay informed. You know what I'm saying? Be prepared. You know what I mean? Stay informed.
We gonna have to do some more holidays.
Yeah. So, hey, what's the next holiday? I don't know. But we gonna be on your ass, whoever you is. You know. So you better hope you did something good to get here. You feel me? If you did something bad to get here, we gonna be on you.
Yeah.
And it ain't even about that. It's just about letting people know where you come from. Because you just popped up and we just was rocking with you from day one. And maybe because we was programmed to do that by our parents. You feel me? And even society in a way. But
I don't. You had mentioned Christmas being celebrated the same date every
yeah,
year.
yeah. On the 25th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why
I don't
Easter
even
not?
think I don't even think that's when he was born, but okay.
Right. I'm just saying, with
Yeah,
that day,
I see the symbolization of what you said.
yeah, with that day, they got a certain day of the month. But with the day he resurrected, they just they go by the stars. You dig? So who's this? I seen you down there. I don't know. But yeah. So like I said, man, anybody else want to get in on here, you can get your little time in if you want to say anything else. And we're gonna go ahead and close this show out, man. No one.
Stars. I'm still calculating this star thing. Like they align a certain way every year. That's what it is.
Yeah. You remember now? See, we look. Fuck. Let me say. Now remember, I don't know if that was you I was talking to, right? I think it was probably your brother. But remember what I was saying about how the calendar was formed, right? The Gregorian calendar. You remember I was telling you about that? How
Yeah.
they 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 didn't count 4 years, you know what I'm saying, just so they can try to line it, you know what I'm saying, get it right. And every 4 years, that's why it's leap year because they they basically just take it out. So just with that, you know what I'm saying, I ain't even that's a whole nother topic right there. That's 365 days, which would be 360 times 365 times 4 if we count that one by leap year type stuff. But yeah, so yeah, they they started their calendar back then, man. So that's why, you know, they play with it like that. You know what I mean? They knew how to manipulate a certain way, but like I said, it was the only reason. First of all, we know that how many calendars it is. I only know about two, and it's the Gregorian and the Jubilee calendar or something like that. Jubilee calendar.
The Mayan.
Okay, the Mayan calendar, I know about that one. But the point that I'm making is, you know what I mean, they got us going off. And see, this is another way they make you believe in Jesus because the year that we are in, 2020, is based on the man's death. You feel me? So now, you see how they play with this? So now we got to, you know, you can actually go back in time if we want to, if you want to go back like that to see what the actual date was according to the Gregorian calendar. You feel me? But yeah, man, they playing with these dates. That's what they do. They know what they was doing right over people's heads too. They trying to get their bread.
I'm gonna have to look at all these calendars. Look into these calendars, man.
Hmm.
Cause 3 different calendars mean different dates and shit.
Right. But the Gregorian is basically what most people use, and mainly in the West, you know, they use it in the East as well. Though, but Gregorian is what people use mostly. But yeah,
Yeah,
they going by the stars. They trying to. They still ain't get the shit right. That's why you know,
I mean, I don't get it. If they're lying, this got to be more than just the stars that they using to to set the date for Easter. Like,
they going by. I'm gonna tell you what they going by. They going by. Remember what I said? The first full moon, the first Sunday after the first full moon, after the first day of the spring equinox. So when spring starts, after the first full moon of spring, the following Sunday is Easter. So that's why it's always on a different day of the, you know what I'm saying, date. Because like I said, they manipulate the calendar and didn't get it right. You see what I'm saying? Because if they did, it'd be on the same time frame, but it's not. So that's why
all right, well, shit. Next year we gonna celebrate fucking. That's from this point on, nigga. That's what the holiday is. Goddamn.
you gonna keep it on what day?
That whole that no that's the day you go 12 times a day, nigga. It's get it in day, nigga.
Hey, nah, I couldn't really. I wanted to say one thing about that time thing. I didn't really get on here like I want to, but I gave we pretty much gave everybody the gist. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, everything we said, you can pretty much look up, But on that thing, Will Diggs, that was talking about that was talking about the calendar and shit like that. About man, look, about they throwing. I don't think you said. You kind of said it. Basically, they throwing off. They've been doing that. You know what I'm saying? Keep us off our time. You know what I'm saying? Keep up. Try to keep us off our energetic alignments. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, for real. So they created this fake ass bullshit that they got everybody going by. You know what I'm saying? But we can. Time ain't even real. You feel me? If you go in deep into that, you know what I'm saying? Like for real. You know what I mean? See, but I ain't even trying to go there. But I'm just saying. That's the whole point of another reason why we got these holidays. Not only for the rituals, because they throwing off our whole town clock. You know what I'm saying? Even how we eat, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? They told us to eat breakfast in the morning, 3 times a day. You know, brush your teeth 3 times a day, so you can put the motherfucking bullshit fluoride in your mouth 3 times a day. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying on the time thing. For it's like if you look up, if I forgot what the book was. We ain't even got to go to no book, but it's come if you just look at how your body work, nigga. Our body, our bodies, digest food at certain times, bro. But they got your body do actually digest, and you have to at certain
Right.
times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like literally, you know what I'm saying. But they got us on the whole new wave. You know what I'm saying?
You got us
Like
eating
that's
all
why,
day.
huh?
I say they got us eating all day.
Yeah, you know that's what I'm saying. Your body, you supposed to eat at a certain time because your body and it goes with the planet, how the line, you know what I'm saying, the planet moving and all this shit, astrology, you know what I'm saying, all that shit be moving and shit, you know what I'm saying, it go into that, you know what I'm saying, it affects your body, my nigga, you know what I'm saying, that's why they say, yeah, but yeah, yeah, I'm gonna let y'all though.
All right. Yeah, man. That was cool right there though. You gonna have to go into that one. We gonna go into that one definitely, man. We gonna have to talk about how the the uh the our
The breakdown of the
cosmological
system.
surrounding our cosmological surrounding affect our, you know what I'm saying, body. That's a good one. You know, 'cause we can go into gravity and physics with that. So that'll be cool. You know, we can also maybe even go in on get a little flat earth talk in with that too. You feel me? 'Cause this is going that's gonna be a nice one. So we can basically, yeah, we can definitely talk about the cosmological effects of our surroundings and what they do to our bodies and stuff like that. It'll be a nice actually learn for me, you know, because I'm actually, dig into some more research on something like that. But anyways,
Yeah.
like I said, family, uh, we finna get up out of here. So J Dub, Royalty, who was that? Hold on. Debo jumped in again. J Dub, Royalty, Debo. Appreciate y'all, man. Chainbreaker Squad this thing. Y'all already know how we do. Deuces, man.
Deuce at the roof,